Total Immersion Racing. It's coming to the PlayStation 2, and we decided to pick up the game's developers in a stretched limo of all things, just to ask them some very important questions about their game. Like, what sets Total Immersion Racing apart from other racing games?
Total Immersion Racing, it's a track-based racing game, and it's set within the GT racing universe. The idea is that you start off in a GT car and then work your way up through the ranks, through promotions, being sacked, winning races and so on, until hopefully you become the world champion racer in something like a 600 horsepower prototype racer.
The basic thing that sets us apart is accuracy, in terms of we basically started as a simulation and worked our way from there in making it user-friendly. The tracks, the cars are all millimetre perfect. They're built, we visited Monza, we flew to America to visit Sebring, we measured everything, we've used plans of Monza, we've used CAD data for the cars. The whole thing is spot on to the millimetre.
The physics is modelled as accurately as we possibly can. We've put all the correct masses around the car to make that the car is actually handled correctly. All the weight distribution, the power curves and everything, the gear ratios, it all ties up, and the end product is that you get a car that actually handles like a real car.
The game doesn't feature body damage on the cars. Why is that?
We wanted to get credible, high-performance sports cars in the game, and to do that there are limitations, I'm afraid. There's a clause which often comes into effect, and it's often called shiny side up. So what we did instead, we put our effort into areas of the game which we could control and do really well. Lee mentioned the environments, the big tracks, incredible detail on the cars. The physics, of course, which is so important to make a good race experience. And on top of that, we had more time and more money to spend on making the emotion and the driver AI really stand out, and that's something that I'm actually really proud of. There's 14 teams racing cars in the game, and we've got 18 cars racing at any one time. The idea is that you start in something like an Audi TT, we've got Noble, very highly regarded British sports car make. We've got the American Le Mans winning BMW M3 GTR. We've got GTS cars like the Lister, we've got the famous McLaren F1, all the way through to the Le Mans winning Audi R8, BMW V12, and we've even got some secret cars for bonuses.
We've got superbly detailed dimensions, that's the key thing. So Monza track, for instance, is at points only about 9 metres wide, 8 metres wide. When you're travelling at 220 miles an hour, trying to keep down a 9 metre wide track, it's really seriously difficult. We had a lot of help from the tracks that we visited. I personally walked the entire distance around Monza track. It took me 2.5 hours, but we made sure it was exactly like the real track.
Thanks a lot, guys. That was a real eye-opener. Total Immersion Racing. It's a racing game featuring total immersion. And that means that if you treat opposing drivers in a naughty way, they'll remember and hold it against you. Stay tuned for the full review in a future edition on the Reviews channel on Play TV.